Hey everybody. Well, I figured I'd try to do a video with my daughter. My daughter has a YouTube channel as well, and she's pretty artistic. She loves to make these dragons now, these little hand puppet dragons, and some of them are pretty intricate. So she's going to use one of those, and she's also going to record for her channel to pick which of these six type of wood uh, items, which one I'm going to turn next. We've I'm going to let her do her introduction, and then I'll tell you what wood that we have sitting out here. So go ahead, honey, do yours. You can start it.
These are my options.
All right, so here's what we have for her. We've got a piece of poplar right there. We've got a piece of chestnut, which our dragon's pointing out. We've also got a piece of what we call pignut hickory. There we go, a little tree branch of that. And then we have some chestnut oak right there. And then the back left, we've got white ash with some vines on it. And then we also have a piece of walnut. And turn that walnut around, because it's not just a regular square, it's going to have some good natural edges to it, just like a couple of the other pieces. So, having said that, you can go ahead and pick out which one am I turning. Are we going plain Jane with one of those bottom two, or are we going to go with one of those top four? Oh, we're going with the white ash. All right, I'm going to zoom in on that so we can take a better look. Look at the vines on there. We do have some cracks. And the dragon sniffing it. All right, let me get back so the dragon can see it. We can see all the dragon. A little bit more to the left. And there. Oh my goodness, the thing's huge. All right. Well, I'll finish the video with me turning it. All right. I got the white ash put up here now. This one had the two vines. We lost the center vine trying to get it put on the chuck. The other side vine looks like it's still on, but I'm going to have to do some trimming to get more of this epoxy off that overflew. So not sure how natural edge or live edge I'm going to be able to keep it, but we're going to turn it and we're going to make, and it's going to look nice. I do have a little bit of a void here that the epoxy did not get into, but we can still work with that. So we're going to start with this one first, and then I have the other one on standby, and I might video that one as well. So let's get this going. We'll see what we can do. I believe I'm going to start this direction because of the bark, and then I'll work on getting a tenon put on. Alright, this bark's starting to come off, so I'm going to grab some super glue, CA glue, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to tuck it down in there. Okay, we're back. I've got some glue on the bark areas. I believe the majority of it's dry. Let's go ahead and I want to flatten out the bottom and see if I can, then I'll come back to the corners real quick and I'll put a recess on it. I should be able to get a recess. All right. I'm still unsure about this. I'm gonna go ahead and sand down what I got though. Okay, we're back. I took it off the chuck and I've got it sanded 60 grit. And the reason why I stopped is I'm going to go ahead and fill the epoxy holes here because I'm going to have to resand it anyway because there's going to be some spillage. Okay, we're back. We've got the white ash that we were working with before that my daughter and her dragons picked out. And it's got the vines on it still, fresh epoxy added to it a while back. You'll notice that I'm on a different lathe. This is my little mini lathe, and it's going to do the job the best it can. The larger lathe from Central Machinery, finally after a year and a half of using it a lot every day, it's ran its course, and it's pretty much dead sitting in the back over there until I can do some wiring on it, or I get the other, because I'm probably going to keep it until I get some work done on it. So let's go ahead and do some more trimming up on this part here, and then we'll go to hollowing out and I'll move the camera. At least this one's a little bit quieter. Alright, I can work with that to be able to sand down. Alright, we'll sand all this up, and then I'll move to the hollowing, and I'll have the camera move back so you can see better. So we shall return. Okay, we're back. We've got it sanded to 400 on the sides and on the bottom. I do know that there's going to be some other work that needs to get done to it, but we can start the hollowing process now. I think I can go a little bit more, but I'm going to start breaking into that. So I'm just going to trim it up on the outside a little bit, and then I'll go flatten it out. Alright, I want to get rid of some of this, so I'm going to bring out the Dremel and see if I can get some of that down. Yeah, I got to do that. I'll bring you back. Okay, I've added some super glue, CA glue down in here. got pretty smooth, but I'm going to run some sandpaper over this. I'm going to probably start with the 80 grit. I don't know, 120 might do it. We'll see. So let's do a little bit of that. I'll let you watch a little of it, or not let you, but you can always fast forward through it. And then I'll bring you back when I start putting on the sanding sealer. Okay, we're back. We're going to throw on some sanding sealer. I'm going to use the brush to get it all over in here. I did use the air hose to blow off everything I could off of the bark, and then I used some denatured alcohol and wiped the parts that are exposed, that are been hollowed and sanded. Alright, all I got's the bottom to do. Let this dry, light sanding, and then we'll go from there. But let's see what it looks like. I'm going to take it off of here so you can see. Oh, there's the old one right there. White ash with some blue epoxy. Alright, let it dry. We'll be back. Okay, well, it appears that the majority of my video of hollowing this one out has been corrupted. So I don't know how much is actually in there. So we'll record now and throw some finish on it, and we'll see what happens. I did sand it 400 on the outside, 240, and then I did do a 400 briefly on the inside. I didn't do a really good sanding on the inside. Just been hard. It was hard to get in there with the way that this lip and edge is. So instead of doing a polyurethane, I'm going to do a wood wax on this one. We'll do Howard's Feed and Wax. See what we can get out of it. And I'm also out of sanding sealer. But hey, we will get things up and running again soon. Big lathe's down, but the new one has been ordered today, so that's a good plus. So the Laguna 1836 should be here probably in about 2 weeks. Depends, 2 to 3 weeks. Depends on how they do the shipping with it. It does have some good grain in this, so that part I do like. I guess we'll let this set up, and we'll buff it off and come back.